The Royal Navy's floating hospital is taking part in her first exercise since undergoing a £37 million refit. Royal Fleet Auxiliary Argus comes complete with a 100-bed hospital and state-of-the-art equipment for the seriously injured. Kaija Larke has been for an exclusive look around.
Well, I'm in the Accident and Emergency Unit on RFA Argus. She's the closest that the Royal Navy has to a hospital ship, but she can deploy in other roles if she's required to. Well, the ship's just been subject to a £37 million refit. And one of the gentlemen here who can tell me a little bit more about what that money has been spent on. Well, Surgeon Rear Admiral, lots of shiny new facilities around. What are the key facilities?
Well, what you're looking at, of course, at the moment is just the hospital part of the business. Most of the 37 million has been spent on the broader ship requirements. That is, making sure that it fulfills safety requirements, that not only the casualties but also the crew can be evacuated safely from the ship. We've also had a major modification with the route by which the casualties get from the flight deck down into the hospital. Previously, on one of the old aircraft lifts that was actually built to bring helicopters down into the hangar, has now been converted into dedicated patient lifts. So a seamless operation now brings the patients into the hospital and a very satisfactory evacuation process. Once in the hospital, we've upgraded a lot of the hardware, the equipment, to make sure that it's ready for today's 2010 military capability.
Now, most of the casualties that the military is suffering at the moment is out in Afghanistan. Where does this ship fit in to that bigger picture?
Well, there's no suggestion that Argus itself has any role in the operation in Afghanistan. Frankly, Afghanistan, a landlocked country, it's too far away for the ship to be of immediate use out there. What we do, however, do is to ensure that the lessons learnt by medical care in Afghanistan are extended into the maritime environment. A large number of the personnel on board here, the naval personnel, have been and will continue to deploy into Afghanistan. They will bring their lessons onto Argus and will make sure that the new equipment, technology and all the capability is able to deliver the same first-rate level of surgical care in Afghanistan, that we can then deliver that on this ship for any future requirements.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. Well, there are 4 wards which have state-of-the-art equipment on them. We can go and have a quick look around one of them now. Well, this is the intensive care ward. There are 10 beds here able to deal with the most seriously injured patients, and I can speak to one of the nurses now. Now, you've deployed previously to Iraq and Afghanistan. How different is it being on a ship?
Well, my last deployment was 4 months in Larke dealing with diarrhoea and vomiting, and I think that coming on board Argus, and this is my first time at sea, already I can see that it's going to make my job a lot easier. It's a lot, the environment's a lot easier to clean, it's going to be easier to look after the patients, and it's going to be a new experience, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, thanks. Well, RFA Argus will be on a 2-week exercise now off the south coast, and we will be back to see how the crew and the ship are getting on with the casualties.